It is the beggar who arrives from the north, and he informs Makuri that he has journeyed from afar, walking most of the time, and he has also gotten lifts from ferries. He has branched into Makuri's home because it is the first house in the village and wants to speak to the head of the house. Makuri tells him that they do not have much, but they are going to offer him shelter and food for the night. The beggar tells Makuri that he has not come to beg for alms, and he has traveled all the way from Bukanji, which people commonly refer to as the village of beggars, and he had resolved to follow the river and stay only where the soil is moist. Makuri informs him that the river ends in the village and the rest is swamp, and the beggar decides to stay and work. He does not want to beg, but to earn a decent living by working with his hands. On his southward journey, many people had given him alms, but he does not know whether the alms came from a pure heart or that which is profane. Nevertheless, he had blessed them. The beggar also informs Makuri that he had lost his sight at the tender age of 4 or 5 due to fly sickness. Although the beggar is blind, the other senses are very alert, so he can hear the drumming approaching the hut. Makuri informs the beggar about his son who had just arrived but had dashed out to see his ruined farm. Makuri tells the beggar that the flood has destroyed much of the crops, and what was left behind was poisoned by the oil spilled in the water. Makuri informs the beggar that there are patches of land where one can sow and harvest enough food to feed their families or take to the market to earn some money. Nevertheless, he also informs him that most of the land belongs to the serpent, to the point that even goats and sheep do not have any land on which to graze. They feed these animals on cassava and other roots. The beggar demands if someone can reclaim the land and render it productive, but Makuri tells him that that is sacrilegious and profane. He accuses him of wanting to rob the serpent of its land. What belongs to the serpent is the serpent's. And the beggar apologizes and decides to continue his journey, but the drama is closed at the door. The couple informs the beggar that the drummer announces the arrival of the chief priest of the servant, the Kadiye, as they keep the place tidy to receive him. Alu grumbles that Makuri does nothing to help, but he tells Alu that he cannot abandon the beggar all to himself. The couple believes that he has come to offer prayers for the safe return of Igweze, as he is the Holy One. The following ideas should be taken into consideration in this section of the play. The determination of the beggar to earn a decent living and not to depend on charity is worth commendable. The fact that he has left and made a long journey from Bukanji, and the alms that he gets on the way and the leaves that he gets from the ferries highlights love and generosity. The loss of the beggar's sight at the tender age of 4 or 5 from fly sickness also highlights the propagation of diseases and the effect of climatic change. Makuri informs the beggar that all the available land belongs to the serpent, and any attempt to reclaim the land from the serpent is considered sacrilegious. This manner of thinking highlights superstition or tradition. There is irony when the couple considers the Kadiye as a holy one, and that he has come to offer prayers for the safe return of their son Igwezu from the city, whereas he has not, and he is not holy, but wants something else. Lastly, the fact that Makuri welcomes the beggar in his house, provides him food, and keeps him company highlights generosity, love, and hospitality. Although the beggar is blind, he is very sensitive to what goes on around him, and this will be very crucial to the development of the play when he encounters Iguezu and opens his mind to the honesty of the Kadie in the carrying out of his functions as the chief priest of the serpent deity.